Hello you guys, thank you so much for joining me on day 3 of 21 from 2021. I am so excited reading your comments, seeing that most of the lessons I'm sharing are actually resonating with most of you. I love the engagement. Keep it up, continue interacting with me in the comment section, and if there is any episode that has really resonated with you, don't forget to share it as well. This is also your reminder to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed. So being day 3, I'm excited to share lesson number 7 to 10, and I hope you are to 9, and I hope you are going to stick around for the rest of the series. So getting on to lesson number 7, and this is it. People will only value you to the extent of which you value yourself. I mean in relationships, I mean financially, I mean in the job or the marketplace. Wherever you go, people will only value you to the extent of which you value yourself. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed that once somebody loves themselves so much, the rest of the world begins to love on them on that particular level as well? Have you? Once you value yourself, that value becomes contagious, and people around you begin to value you as well. Because this world, let me tell you, you will always have to be the one teaching people how to value you. You'll always have to be the one teaching people how to love on you, how to treat you. If you don't do that, they are going to treat you the way they want, and most of the times it's going to be in a way that hurts you more. So once you begin to value yourself, that value becomes contagious, and suddenly people begin to value you. So this calls for you to be able to understand your value in the first place. If you don't know what to carry, if you don't acknowledge your je ne sais quoi, if you don't acknowledge your feng shui I'm exaggerating, but if you don't acknowledge that one thing that makes you stand out from the crowd, no one else is going to acknowledge it. You value yourself, suddenly everyone else around you values you. You love yourself, suddenly everyone around you begins to love you, because you have given them an example of how to love you, how to treat you, how to value you, how to esteem you. And every day you need to put yourself in that position where you are teaching people how to value you. If you don't do that, you are going to be the one to pay for that. I learned this the hard way because I like to think of myself as a very talented person. I think I'm skilled in many ways. I'm brilliant, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, and for the better part of this year, I have put myself out there to exercise these skills, to exercise my intelligence, to exercise my gifts and all that. But I did a mistake. I didn't quite acknowledge that I was gifted. I didn't quite acknowledge that I had what it took for me to accomplish certain things. So as a result of that, along the way this year, I have found myself in places where I am doing so much for people, so much, and I mean so much for free. So much for free, and feeling as if they are actually doing me a favor for allowing me to do that to them. I don't know, have you ever found yourself in that situation where somebody is making you feel like they are doing you a favor by giving you that opportunity to use your skills? You know, have you ever? I know I have. And it so happened after I realized this, I came to myself and I was like, wait a minute. I am being used. I have allowed people to use me, and I feel like they're doing me a favor. So it got to a point where somebody called me, and he wanted my photos so that he can use my photos to advertise their business. Too bad for him. He came when I had realized my value. Initially, the old me would have felt so privileged that I'm going to appear on somebody else's social media and I'm going to market them, you know. But it dawned on me that no, it cost me money, it cost me time, it cost me energy to come up with this piece of content. Why should I give it out for free? You know, so when this person reached out, I told them, are you going to pay? Are you going to pay? And you know, I had accustomed him or gotten him used to the fact that I don't I don't ask for pay as long as content is involved. I don't. So he got shocked that I'm asking for pay. And I told him, as long as you're going to pay, I'm going to give you as many photos as you want. I'm going to send all of them to you. And he went mute for us for like an hour or so. And once he got back to me, do you know what he told me? He was like, you know what? Wacha tu, nimepata mtu mwingine. And then he sends me the photo of the person he has gotten to advertise their business. And I was like, oh my God, why did I take so long to understand that I'll be treated only how I allow people to treat me? You know, I've put myself available, so people go even to an extent of feeling entitled to use me because I'm always available to help. I love when my skills are being put to use, and suddenly I've decided that, you know what, my skills are valuable, and if you can't value them, then I am not going to help you anymore, you know. And that is, I think, by far the greatest lesson I have learned this year. People will value you only to the extent of which you value yourself. So I want to challenge you as we go on with the year and getting into a new year. Value yourself. Value yourself, because once you do that, there are things you won't tolerate. There are places you won't tolerate going. There are people you won't tolerate having in your circles, because trust me, everyone is looking for someone to use. So if you're available, honey, you are punishing yourself in the most cruel way. So value yourself. Lesson number 8. I think this will go mostly to the ladies. Ladies, a decent amount of self-respect will save you a great deal. I mean, self-respect will help you eliminate users from your life. It's going to eliminate people who are trying to take you for a ride. It's going to eliminate people who are trying to use you in the meantime. And I think I should just say it right about now. Ladies, don't allow yourself to be anybody's in the meantime, if you know what I mean. Don't allow yourself to be in the presence of somebody who is just there in the meantime. That is somebody who is waiting for their right time to walk out on you just to be with the person they actually really want. So I think I won't even explain much, but a decent amount of self-respect will even help you choose the kind of friends that you want. And I'm not talking only about men, I'm talking even about ladies. When you respect yourself, there are ladies you won't hang out with. When you respect yourself, there are men you won't even tolerate in your space. There are things you won't allow yourself to do, because self-respect becomes a guardrail for you. So I encourage you to have a decent amount of self-respect. If possible, let it overflow. You can never respect yourself too much, so allow yourself to respect yourself. Lesson number 9 is, if a knot can't be untangled, it's best when it's cut. Once there's a quote that says, once respect is not being served at the table, feel free to walk out. And this is what this quote means, that if a knot cannot be untangled, please feel free to cut it off, because at the end of it all, it's you first before it's anyone else. You need to consider your emotions, your feelings, your mind, your health, your mental health. And if anything around your space is not serving your mental health, please feel free to walk out on it. And that is what I'm calling cutting that knot. Mental health this year has been campaigned for a lot, and I applaud that for sure. And I think we should take it a notch higher and take it as a personal responsibility for every one of us to campaign it for ourselves. That means if you're in a situation where your peace is disturbed, your mental health is being disturbed, please feel free to walk out. Nobody is going to charge you for that. So pursue peace, pursue happiness, pursue your joy, and at the end of the day, remember, if a knot cannot be untangled, it's best when it's cut. That's going to help you cut off many terrible relationships, many terrible friendships, you know, and later on you are going to thank you for getting yourself out of those situations. So that is it for day 3. I hope you have learned a thing or two, and if any lesson has resonated with you, be sure to comment it in the comment section, and I'll be glad to engage with you. This channel is trying as much as possible to be as engaging as can be, so that we can build a community towards development and helping one another grow in various phases of life. So be sure to comment, engage with other people, share to other people as well, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed. And until tomorrow, have a nice time. Bye guys.